Hola, buenas tardes, buenas noches.
Buenas tardes.
So today's going to be a little bit different. We're recording at different times. So we are still drinking cafe. So Estela, what did you order?
Just a caramel macchiato.
That's not all you ordered, motherfucker. Don't lie.
That's the name of it.
It's a caramel macchiato, and then she had 2 pumps of this and 2 pumps of that.
Caramel macchiato with almond milk and 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla.
That was it.
That's it.
Now mine.
You made it seem like it was all this
Whatever.
shit.
So mine was a grande ice americano, right? And then I don't know if I've said this before.
My bad. Decaf.
Decaf, yeah, because she's a little bitch. So mine is a grande americano. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I do. I am pro keto. I love the keto diet, so this one is kind of like that. So it's 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, cinnamon powder, and heavy cream, and it's blended. But the guy that was at the Starbucks was kind of being a dick because I was like, Estela, she sent me the order, and she was like, okay, I want light ice. And so then I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So then I told him, can I please have the macchiato, blah, blah, blah. And then I said light ice. And then I thought he didn't hear me. So I said light ice again. Like I said it twice. And then he was like, yeah, I already got that. I was like, oh, okay, sir. You're having a bad Monday.
It's Monday. Welcome to Cafecito Crime. My name is Estela.
My name is Barbs. So today we're going to be talking about a case that is really interesting. Anyway, so what was
Jennifer's case? I had already seen it or heard about it. You just recently...
No, I heard about it.
Recently, because you brought it up to me. You're like, yeah, I was seeing this or I saw this.
I don't know. It was probably on one of the YouTube channels that I watch. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. And I would like to thank everybody that has been supporting us. Like, I know that a lot of the people that have been listening to our pod. They actually have never heard like true crime. Really? So yeah, like for example, like one of my sisters, like my little sister, she was like, I don't listen to this stuff because I get scared that something's going to happen to me. But she was listening to our podcast, and she's like, y'all make it a little bit more bearable to listen to. And so then I really appreciate that. Yeah. Shout out to my sister. I just wanted to let you guys know that we really do appreciate everything that, the feedback, people telling us what we should and should not do, because we don't know exactly what we're doing still. We're still kind of trying to figure it all out. So we do appreciate everyone. And thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the case. What is her name, Estela?
This episode is about Jennifer Pan, who ends up killing her parents or having her parents killed. It's just really crazy. Because she was 24 for no reason. I don't get it. I mean, I could see where it came from, but I mean,
I think that you can't make that as in any excuse. Like, there's no way that you can understand somebody.
You're just lying.
Yeah, exactly.
You're lying. To get out of lies.
Pinche mentirosa.
You'd rather kill your parents or have your parents killed.
Por las mentiras.
Just tell the truth. Yeah. It's fine.
I mean, everything's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Jennifer Pan was born on June 17th, 1986 in Markham, Ontario, in Canada.
Get it, Canada.
Yeah, which, esta little town, it's only like 19 miles north of Toronto, which I think is lo que la gente conoce más, right?
Yeah, the biggest city.
Yeah, de donde es Drake.
Drake.
Okay. She was born to parents... I'm just gonna... No sé decir estos nombres. I'm so sorry. I think you say his name, Huey Han and Beek Han Pan. So I'm just gonna call him Han, because like when I was doing my research, Han is how they refer to her dad. Y Beek. So Han and Beek.
Okay.
They were Vietnamese refugees. Se vinieron... El papá se vino primero in 1979, and then Beek. They got married in Canada, and they settled in first in Scarborough. So it's like a smaller town. Mm-hmm. After Jennifer was born in 1986, 3 years later, her brother Felix was born in 1989. They were actually really close. That it is said that Jennifer was like a second mother to him. Mm-hmm. Han and Vic both worked in auto parts manufacture. They worked really hard to provide for their family y guardaban as much as they could. By 2004, they had made it, like, come up for sure. They were able to purchase a bigger home. They had $200,000 in the bank.
That's what's up.
And 2 luxury cars. Tenían un Mercedes and a Lexus.
Okay.
And they came to Canada with nothing.
That's amazing.
And they had made it, for all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they really did.
Y también como nosotros los paisas, we come to this country, our parents and, and we try
have a better life.
They have to come here to get a better life, and it's awesome. That's so cool.
Han and Vic had instilled the ethics of hard work onto their kids' life really early. Cuando Jennifer was 4, she was enrolled in piano lessons, and she was really good, and she had a case full of trophies. In elementary school, she was enrolled in figure skating. A bitch was dedicated.
Okay.
She was good. She was good at piano and she was good at figure skating.
So basically she was good at what she did.
Yeah.
Basically.
She put in the work.
Yeah.
She'd go to school, then practice, get home at 10, do homework, go to bed at midnight.
Wow. And get up early?
And then she would get up early to go to practices.
I can't. I have to get at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep.
And I used to do that too, but in college, not elementary school.
She was in middle school, no?
She was in elementary school.
What? Cuando que like one of my kids gets up early like that? Like, that's crazy. Like the dedication, you know? That's crazy. Mm-hmm.
Figure skating was actually supposed.
Hey, ya te habías tardado, compa.
Yeah. There's always going to be a word.
There's always going to be a word. Supposed. Wow.
Figure skating was supposed to take Jennifer to the Olympics, pero luego when she's a little bit older, she actually gets she tears a ligament. So
she had an injury.
So that
se rompió el hocico.
Said a ligament.
Oh, my bad. O sea, se dio en la madre.
Yeah. So all that went down the shitter. In the book that I used for this case, which is actually really helpful, I found a lot of detail in her early life, and it's called A Daughter's Deadly Deception: The Jennifer Pan Story by Jeremy Grimaldi. In the book, he states that there's a quote from her that says, and I quote, "I'd rather skate than walk." And when you think about it, for somebody that loved skating that much, for that just to happen to you, and then you're never able to skate again.
That's just like athletes and like you imagine, like you put all of your money on something and you're like,
dreams.
Eso es lo que voy a hacer, no sé otra cosa más que hacer esto. And then next thing you know, like you break something y ya se te acabó.
And then
that's it.
I feel like
now
you
what?
just feel like
now what?
And a lot of people, go like depressed.
Yeah,
and,
definitely. Yo por eso no hago nada.
So she still had piano, and piano was above skating for her. Another quote from the book, she says, and I quote, "Piano is second nature to me. It brings out all of your emotions." And her piano teacher, Iwa, sorry if I butcher that, but she stated that she had such talent that in all the years that she had been teaching piano, which was more than 40 years, there had only been a handful of students that had reached the proficiency that Jennifer had. Jennifer goes on to play piano well into her 20s. Like she never stopped.
Like she never stops.
Yeah, she never
does
stopped.
it for a while. Cool.
Yeah. Es que empezó a hacer sus desmadres y la metieron a la cárcel.
Todas las chingaderas. Todas las mamadas.
Yeah.
All of them.
She was also in swimming and in martial arts.
Shut the fuck up. Wow.
I believe the goal was for martial arts to take her to the Beijing Olympics, and figure skating was supposed to take her to the Vancouver Olympics. I'm not exactly sure if she was doing the swimming and the martial arts at the same time when she was younger, or if it started a little bit later. Probably swimming, because they teach him how to swim really early.
Well, yeah, you don't know how to swim.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know how to swim. In school, She was known as a great role model in elementary school, but I think their elementary school went all the way up to 8th grade.
So then they wouldn't have middle school?
I don't think so. Because
and then they would go to high school.
High school's called secondary school.
Oh, okay.
So,
I learn something new every day. Booyah.
In school, she was known as a great role model and a great student to have in your class. She helped around in the admin office. En la oficina les ayudaba a la gente. She volunteered to check first and second graders' homework and watch over them during their lunch and their recesses. A secretary from the school she attended is quoted saying, she was one of those students others teachers were always talking about. And hasta even Jennifer described herself as not just a teacher's pet, but the school's pet.
So, pues las muchachas andaban todo para acabar pronto. Like, she was in everything at school. She was very committed. Okay.
She was a perfectionist. She was a high achiever, focused, la muchacha. A teacher at the school stated that this was not uncommon while teaching mostly Asian kids, but that in Jennifer's case, she would take everything to heart. Cuando le decían that she got something wrong, she wouldn't complain like other students would. And she just asked, okay, what do I need to do to get it right the next time? Y le decían, and the teacher said that the next time it was perfect. Like, she needed it to be perfect. It is said that Jennifer was supposed to be named valedictorian of her 8th grade class and was supposed to receive all of these achievements and awards, that the amount of all that on her, she began self-harming. She would cut small horizontal cuts on her forearm. Well, in the end, Jennifer was not valedictorian and did not receive any awards or medals. She was super sad, super devastated, and she couldn't believe it. And she was like, fuck.
But did they say why didn't they?
So somebody else did. Somebody else was valedictorian.
Wow. Maybe her grades went down or something?
No. But somebody can always have better grades than you.
Yeah, definitely.
In her mind, she had been giving it her all at this school for more than 10 years, and she was just never recognized for it. And the way that she grew up, that's how you know your worth.
Yeah.
By being recognized, by getting
Achievement
medals,
awards and stuff.
trophies, and all that stuff. So cuando she was in valedictorian, she was like, oh, fuck. But if anyone asked her how she felt about it, she was like, it's fine, it's okay. She never let anybody know how she was feeling or how shitty or sad she really felt. And this is where her mentality started changing a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. So les mentía y les decía que estaba bien.
Sí, cuando le preguntaban, how did she feel about not being valedictorian y todo eso.
No, está con madre todo.
So going into high school, she's like, what's the point in trying? For what? If she tried so hard before and it was all for nothing. So she's 14 now. She's starting high school, her freshman year at Mary Ward Catholic Secondary School. And she didn't have any friends initially, but at this school it was easy to find friends or find a group of friends that you could easily fit in with. She played the flute in the school band, and here is where she met unos amiguitos that, she related to, and she felt comfortable around. And there was kids that actually grew up in similar households as her, which were more of Asian background. Mm-hmm. So she felt more accepted here than she did at home.
With her friends.
With her new little clique of friends. Mm-hmm. They were band geeks. That's what they would call them. Like, her dad by this time had such confidence in Jennifer's work ethic. I mean, from when she was tiny to now 14, that he kind of eased up and focused on her little brother Felix. Halfway through 9th grade, her grades actually began to slip, and she was now pulling 70s instead of.
Damn.
Yeah.
She was like a straight A. Damn, that's crazy.
She couldn't go home and show her. Report cards, right?
Yeah.
So she couldn't go home and show her parents a report card. She knew her dad, especially, was going to be pissed. It was like unacceptable. Like, this is not going to fly. Mm-hmm. So she started to tweak her report cards a little bit. So usando old report cards, scissors, glue, and a photocopier, she made it seem like she was getting all A's.
Oh, arts and crafts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
For report card.
For report card. Okay. Se creía la pinche Martha Stewart and shit.
So since, it was unacceptable to bring home anything that her dad wouldn't
approve of or be to his expectations.
Yeah.
Or standard.
Han and Beek were considered classic tiger parents. And Han more than Beek. So what is a tiger parent, you ask? According to verywellfamily.com, tiger parenting refers to a strict, authoritative method of parenting that is meant to raise high-achieving children. They make the children forego anything that they consider counterproductive to scholastic achievements.
Wow.
And this is seen in the Asian community mostly. Jennifer's life, de siempre, was always monitored. She couldn't attend dances, school dances, no parties, and she couldn't date until she finished college.
Wow.
And there's an instance that is mentioned throughout different sources in the research where she was allowed to go to a friend's sleepover, but sus parents dropped her off super late and then just picked her up super early the next day.
Para que no estuviera tanto tiempo ahí.
Yeah, because that, kind of it was to the dad or to the mom, it was counterproductive. What was the point when you could be at home studying? She couldn't.
We need to take a break sometimes.
Mm-hmm. She couldn't wear makeup. She couldn't pluck her eyebrows nor dye her hair. She was 5'7", which it said is considered a little bit taller for Asian girls. Mm-hmm. And she was 5'7", but she was small. She was tiny, and she had just straight hair. She always wore it that way. She never styled it. She wore small, round glasses like this. Mm-hmm. And she wore plain clothes, and she didn't stand out, nothing. Now in 2003, she had been faking her report cards all this time. Now she was a junior in 2003, and she meets a boy named Daniel Wong.
It's always a boy.
Who was a senior.
Estos pinches huerquitos, bro.
He was a senior, and they were just friends. He was in band too, and people usually just described him as really goofy. So they were just friends. So when she actually ended up having an asthma attack when they were on a band trip in Europe, and he helped her out. He calmed her down, and this just hard eyes. She got hard eyes. Just meant the world to her. And
los emojis con los corazoncitos.
Yeah.
Mi corazoncito. Sí.
Sí, así, los dos.
Porque pues le salvó su vida.
Le salvó la vida.
Su vida.
And they started to date soon after, but she couldn't have a boyfriend. Remember, she was supposed to wait until after college.
Yeah.
Until she was 21, 22.
Yeah.
So they kept this a secret, right? They continued their relationship even after Daniel ends up switching schools. And I know she really didn't give a fuck, but this bitch started skipping classes so she could meet up with Daniel.
Damn, le valió madre, bro.
It was the only time she could see him. Other than that, no lo podía ver.
Pues sí.
So Daniel was also selling weed.
Era narco el compa, órale.
To make extra money. He got caught with weed in his car, and no lo metieron a la cárcel because he gave up his source, right? He changed his ways after this. He was like, oh, fuck, no way. And he made it to actually where his parents didn't find out. So he changed his ways. He got a job, and he got a job at a pizzeria, and then he started attending university for music. And around this time is when Jennifer when she tore a ligament, where she actually tore her ACL. So she could no longer skate. So she had a bit more time on her hands.
Para portarse mal.
Para portarse mal, sí. So she got inspired by Daniel getting his little job or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she thought that she should do the same. So she asked her dad. He didn't think that it was a good idea. So her mom convinced her dad to let her get the job. So she actually ended up working inside a restaurant at the mall as a server.
As a server, yes. Okay.
So she was now 18, right? She was 18. She's a senior in high school, and she was still forging her fucking report cards. 4 years.
This little girl.
You can even fake it, get some B's, get some B pluses.
No, pura seis.
A little bit suspicious, if you ask me.
A little sus, dijo my son.
Yeah. So yeah, she had been forging her report cards all this time, and so yeah, she was seeing Daniel. And she used her job and her piano lessons to sneak off para verlo.
Okay.
They were always in communication with each other, either talking on the phone or texting, and for about 6 to 10 hours a day.
Damn, that's like a full-time job, bro.
Seriously. They use baby talk. You should see these text messages about.
They have the text messages.
Yeah,
that you
like
can read?
the trial. They use a lot of text messages back and forth. So that's a lot
Pues
of.
es que no podía hablar con él, so the only way that she
You can
can
record a phone call. So they
Por
were
eso te digo, pero lo que yo digo es que if they were texting each other, I mean, ella no podía hablar con él because she couldn't get on the line with him because they were going to hear her parents were going to hear her.
No, she could. I'm telling you, they would be a talk on the phone or text.
Oh, okay.
6 to 10 hours a day. They even told each other when the other one was taking a poop.
No,
They were, of course, having sex. And they were close and they were like in love with each other and they were devoted to each other. One day when Jennifer's mom, Beak, was picking her up from her job, she saw Jennifer saliéndose del carro de Daniel.
No manches, o sea, o no le dijo, déjame meto antes de que llegue mi mamá ni nada.
No, drop me off around the corner.
Ya, no, le valió madre.
Y so Beak los vio besándose y abrazándose porque se estaban despidiendo because she was getting out of his car.
No mames.
So Beak was like pissed. When Jennifer se metió al carro, le gritó y le dijo, how could you keep something like this from your family? Jennifer empezó a llorar. And Vic, she kind of felt bad because she'd gone through a similar situation when she was her age, so she understood. So Vic was like, I'm not keeping this from my husband. Y le fue y le dijo,
no mames, I keep shit from my husband all the time. I mean, eventually I do tell him.
Pero si tu hija tuviera un novio.
No, I mean,
si tu hija tuviera un novio, you wouldn't keep that from your husband.
Oh, I don't have a problem with my daughter having a boyfriend. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Pero, like, in their situation, I don't know. I would just tell her, if you don't leave him, then you need to, if you don't leave him, then you need to definitely, I'm going to tell your dad.
Yeah.
Because I tell my kids that all the time, but my husband doesn't do shit. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll be like, I'm going to tell your dad. And they're like, no, but he really doesn't do shit. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, if it was something like that, but or like if she knew that Jennifer was going to get in a lot of trouble, then why would, I don't know.
So, Vic was like, I'm not keeping this from Han. But it was decided that, because Jennifer had a boyfriend before. When she was in middle school, but he was they knew his family and they were friends first, so they liked him. And then they always started dating. When they started dating, they dated for a little bit. She said that it was always like they were just friends, and that's it. So they remained friends afterwards. Dicen que okay, so Daniel's gonna come. Jennifer's gonna have a little get together with her little friends. We're gonna invite Daniel so your dad can meet him. Okay, pero antes de esto, Jennifer had to build Daniel up to her dad. Y le dijo that Daniel was going to school for fucking engineering because that was like an actual legitimate profession for her dad. Not music.
Oh, because he was going to school for music. Okay. So entonces le dijo he's going to be an engineer even though, oh my God, this girl already started the lies, pinches mentiras.
Está mintiendo desde 9th grade.
9th grade y con las straight A's la pendeja. What the hell?
Okay, so back to this little get together, this little party.
So se iban a juntar, pues.
Se iban a juntar.
Iba a haber carne. Iban a hacer carne asada. Es todo.
No es cierto. Back to this party. Daniel gets there and things do not go well.
I can just imagine.
The only one that seemed to like Daniel was Felix, her little brother. And they bonded over video games and like boy shit, right? Mm-hmm. Later, Jennifer says that according to her, and I quote, they automatically didn't like him and for no reason. So se acaba el party and they told her she wasn't allowed to see him. She didn't listen, of course. And they just had to be more careful, right? Like more careful. They had to keep it on the DL. Mm-hmm. Now, Felix later, after this, everything goes down, he states that Han didn't like Daniel for Jennifer because he knew about him dealing drugs.
Oh, mm-hmm. So sí sabía.
Sí sabía, yeah.
Que era narco a la verga.
Yeah. So she wasn't pulling straight A's, but she was pulling enough decent grades that she received an early acceptance letter to Ryerson University. She told her dad that she was going to go there for 2 years and then transferred to the University of Toronto's pharmacology program. Okay. But things went to shit, like literally down the shitter, when Jennifer fails calculus her senior year. Ryerson withdraws their acceptance.
Like, no te creas,
Never mind. But not only that, she also wasn't going to be able to receive the credit for the class, so she wasn't even going to be able to graduate senior year.
Like graduate high school.
So
not only is she not going to
Ryerson University,
La Universidad,
she's not
going to graduate
high school.
Osea, didn't even make after, like,
no.
Nada.
In her mind, there was just like no way that she could go home and tell her parents that she had been faking her report cards all this time, since 9th grade, and that she would have to essentially repeat her senior year.
Wow.
It was an absolutely not, which is not an option.
I mean, no, you can't do that. Like, you've been, como dicen, showing face, saying that you're all of this,
up to your shit.
Yeah, like, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, and not only that, but, I mean, sadly, she should have had that confidence to go up to her parents and say, hey, you know what, I made a mistake, la cagué, pero no.
So what does she do?
Lie some more.
Bitch, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on.
Y hace más mentiras.
Yeah. She busts out her little Photoshop software.
No mames.
And creates a fake acceptance letter from Ryerson, because the other one was just like an early acceptance, right? This was like la mera mera, the acceptance letter, and a $3,000 scholarship.
No! A scholarship? O sea, también le dieron dinero.
Dude, her dad was so happy que le compró una laptop.
Pobrecito.
And the lies were just ginormous now.
That's nothing, like, okay, no mames. O sea, I mean,
just wait. Okay, so right?
I need to learn something from this. I'm going to be like double checking. I'm going to call school. Oigan, ¿le dieron esta cartita?
Well, now they like email you the report cards for the kids, right? Or they text them to you, or they still bring them home?
So for my daughter, usually they'll send something like every week showing her report card, and then like
is it a progress report
but they'll send all of her work so I can see her work. So I know everybody's different, but I know like my nephew, my sister says that they email her, so they'll email her or they'll call her. Pero like my sister used to put somebody else's phone number and they would call when she was in trouble. So I mean,
yeah,
you never know.
So she starts getting ready to attend college, like if she's really going.
But she's not even, okay, listen guys, she's not even graduating.
She didn't even graduate high school.
So by this time ya pasó el tiempo y everybody else graduated, pero ya no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So her parents they were like warriors, seeing her pictures. So she had actually taken her pictures before she failed calculus, so she was like, oh, here are my pictures and stuff. So they fucking believed her, right? Le enseñaron the acceptance letter to Ryerson with her little scholarship.
¿De $3,000?
$3,000. So she gets her hands on used biology books, and she buys school supplies. In September of 2004, by all intent and purposes, to Han and Beek, Jennifer started her classes. She packed her little book bag. She'd take public transportation and go to public libraries. She'd look up scientific topics and she'd write down fake notes.
No mames. She took it to another level, dude. Maybe she started believing her own lies.
I couldn't put everything in the research, but she says that in her mind, she was like, oh, I'll have time to catch up. If I just take a little, I'll have time to pick up my grades. And she just...
What fucking grades, dude?
She was in high school.
Oh, I was about to say, ¿cuáles grados?
When she was in high school.
You didn't even finish high school. You know, what are you talking about? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I see what she's saying. We all
you just be like, okay, I'll do it. Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Which is fine, but the thing is, like, now she's like into this whole other like realm of lies that she has
it's not even the same universe, but just wait.
Wow.
So she's writing down fake notes. Sometimes she'd go to cafes and chill at cafes, or se iba a ir a ver a Daniel at his university, because he was in university.
Yeah, he was going to the music university.
Yeah.
Pero él salió de la school before she did.
Yeah, he was a senior when she was a junior.
Yeah.
So, or sometimes she'd pick up day shift at her job at her restaurant. Apparently, she was one of the best servers. She even tended bar at the Boston Pizza restaurant where Daniel worked. She even started tending bar there, and she also started to tutor piano as like a private instructor. So,
I mean, es que lo que pasa es que todo esto que me estás diciendo no le quita a la muchacha that she's very intelligent, that she's a good you know.
She thinks.
She's smart. I mean, she's smart.
She's smart.
Not only that, pero también she has still her parents' ethics.
Yeah.
You know, her parents have installed this in her brain, so she's still a good worker because she still does whatever things like her parents have taught her.
Yeah, I mean, she works. Tampoco no se va a hacer pendeja, you know.
No, yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pero lo que pasa es que, like, se mamó con las pinches lies. Se mamó, güey, no mames.
Her dad, like, as time passes, her dad would ask her, hey, how are your classes going? How are your classes going? Ella le decía. And sometimes it would get to, she was just randomly updated before he could ask her, you know, so not to be caught off guard. So she was busy. She was busy.
Dude, pero es que como sometimes like having to get your fucking lies together, would she write them down and shit para que no se le olvidara?
I mean,
¿Te imaginas para poder recordarte de todas las lies que dijiste?
I mean, that's how people get caught.
Shit, man, that's some crazy ass stuff.
So, and it was closer to the time that she was supposed to transfer from Ryerson to University of Toronto.
Entonces esto pasó por años.
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
Yes. When her dad asked her if these were still her plans, she said yes, and that she already had gotten accepted to the pharmacology department.
Wow.
Bitch. At University of Toronto. Yeah.
So now she's this is some fucking buku ass shit, bro. Like, this is some crazy stuff.
Now, the transit time that it would take her from their home to the university, you know, she would take public transportation. It would take her like a good hour and 20 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. She told her mom that was stressing her out because her mom had noticed she seemed stressed. So su mom le preguntó,
Pues
y
como
Jennifer,
chingados que no, sin las pinches mentironas.
I wonder si se le caía el cabello.
Sí, se le cae el cabello, claro que sí. ¿Te imaginas, like, lo estresada que estaba para poder
maintain all this?
Like, exactly, maintain all of the lies. That's, God, dog, bro.
So her parents were super excited that she was transferring to U of T. That when Jennifer said that she thought that it was a good idea for her to move in with her friend Topaz. Topaz actually did live close to the downtown area, and she was an actual good friend of Jennifer, and her parents knew her. And
first of all, I like the name Topaz.
And her parents liked her. They told her yes.
So she was going to move in with Topaz.
Yes. To them, Jennifer was going to be living with Topaz 3 nights a week, Monday through Wednesday, so she could be closer to campus and not stress. You want to know what she did?
What?
Bitch, let me tell you. What she did was move in with Daniel for 3 days a week.
Damn.
She moved into his family home where she slept in a separate room so they wouldn't disrespect their household. They had a large home. I think they said it was like 3 stories. Jennifer would tell Daniel's parents that her parents were, you know, okay with the situation, but his parents kept on wanting to meet her parents, and she would like brush them off with an excuse. Yeah.
I mean, they were trying to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Which is respectable of the parents también, you know?
Now, this went on for another 2 years.
No mames.
Ya, güey.
Ya, güey. O sea, ya cálmate. Ya di la verdad.
It is now time for Jennifer to graduate from U of T.
Dude, and then, like, también te imaginas, like, the mind of her that she has to be keeping up with dates and shit?
Yeah.
Was she, I imagine que como que estaba, like, I have to go take a test. Y ya me voy.
I need to study.
What the fuck? It's crazy to me.
No, dude, and one of the waitresses that she worked with later says that, okay, donde trabajaban ellos, it was like a whole bunch of like college kids, right? Mm-hmm. Y que dicen que everybody would like cram together or study, y que she would like bust out her books and study with them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Later,
That right there made me a little bit sad. Because I think she wanted to do that so bad that she felt like that was.
No, I think that was her keeping up the lie because the girl, I think her name was Melissa. She later says when everything comes out, she was like, I consider her a really good friend. She was like, and I didn't know her at all. The friend that she was to me wasn't a real person.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, she started believing her own lie. Like, because she started believing, I feel like maybe the way that I see it is, okay, like, I'm already here. Now I need to make sure that I keep up the lifestyle so that I can be, like,
See, for whatever reason, somebody were to ever ask them, they'll say, like, she was studying.
Or at the other way, it could also be, like, she was trying to make sure that, like, that's what she really wanted in her heart, that's where she wanted to be, but she knew that she wasn't, so she's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like playing like a playtime.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be fun, I'm just saying, like, in pobrecita, like, in her mind, like, she was really, maybe in her mind, she was really, like,
in college. Yeah.
That's crazy. She would study with them. That's crazy.
Now it's, like I said, now it's time for her to graduate from the University of Toronto. And her parents asked, you know how they give you like tickets for whoever wants to attend a graduation. So her parents asked for the tickets. And in her mind, she was like, oh, fuck,
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, she had to, like, have her lies al 100.
So, yeah,
Unbelievable. Porque si tú me vas a decir, okay, by this time I need to be graduated, by this time I need to take this, it's final. By this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of fucking work, dude.
She knew she had to come up with a lie that was believable. So she tells them that since there's so many students graduating, that they were only giving them one ticket. Jennifer said that she didn't want one of her parents to feel left out, so le dio ticket a su classmate. And then her dad was like, no, don't do that, ask for it back or something. He's like, I'll be outside and your mom can go inside.
Pobrecito.
Yeah. She managed to convince them for them not to go, right? Daniel, because he was like involved in all of this. Daniel helped her find a fake degree from the University of Toronto online, and they paid $500 for it. And she gave that to her parents. So they were so proud that she had this degree that they didn't even care that they didn't see her walk,
Dude, like, I'm never speechless. I can talk to a fucking wall if I want to, honestly, but I'm speechless right now. Because se la mamó. Like, for real. Se pasó de verga.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot. Like, I feel bad for her parents because I have kids, so I can just imagine the heartbreak that they're gonna go through. You know what I mean?
Like, yes, they pushed her hard, and yeah, they put a lot of pressure on her.
I mean, nobody told her to lie.
Yeah.
Nobody told her to lie. Ella hizo esa decisión. She made that decision on her own to lie because she felt like it was necessary. But her parents never told her that was necessary. I bet you anything, I could probably put it on anything. The fact that her parents would have rather her tell them the truth and just be like, okay, well, let's see and be a little bit disappointing than for you to go through all of this.
Yeah, later, after all, I was probably skipping ahead a little bit, but not even a little spoiler, but later Felix, what she said, it was true to a certain extent, but he's like, but I would take it upon myself to ask my parents. And she just figured they're going to say no, so she just wouldn't ask.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just guess to see what they were going to say. Like, you didn't even know that.
You didn't even give them
an opportunity. Like, hey, you know what, Mom? I messed up. This happened, blah, blah, blah. Me and Daniel, blah, 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 whatever. But what were they going to do? Tell her to stop seeing Daniel? She wasn't going to stop anyway.
Again?
Like, obviously she didn't care. And she was supposed to be living with Topaz, and she's living with Daniel. Okay,
so she graduated and she gave her parents this degree.
I can't believe it. So
her dad, Han, he started giving her tips on how to, fix up her resume so she'd get hired, right? You want to know what she did?
Oh, my God.
Bitch, I'm going to tell you. She told her parents that she got accepted as a volunteer at the Toronto School for Sick Children. She was going to be volunteering in the blood testing lab, and that this required some late night shift over the weekend. So she thought it'd be better if she stayed with Topaz more days. So she'd be staying with Topaz Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too.
Wow.
But her parents They were like, okay, cool, yeah, I guess that makes sense, right?
Ajá.
But her parents started squinting their eyes at her like,
Como que ya se están dando
como
cuenta.
que ya, porque they were like, okay, she don't wear no uniform, she don't got no badge, like she don't wear no scrubs.
Wow, this is crazy.
They were sus, for sure. The next day, they insisted on fucking dropping her off. And when they get there, hauls us out of the car, runs. And Han le dice a Vic que la siga. So ahí viene la mom behind her. Y ya está, she runs her ass into the emergency room and she waits in like an area in the emergency room hasta que she sees that it's clear that it's okay for her to leave.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, imagine having to, like, keep up with all these lies, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, that shit's hard.
So Jennifer doesn't come home because she's staying with Topaz.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because she's staying with Topaz longer, but she's actually saying, okay.
Now, before this, Topaz would cover. Because she was like...
Le daba la mano.
See, because she felt bad for her. She, they had similar backgrounds. She understood how, having tiger parents was. So she felt bad for her. So, la tapaba. When one of her parents would call for Jennifer and they couldn't get a hold of her, they'd call Topaz. And Topaz would be like, hey, she's in the bathroom. Y luego put them like, hold on. And she would three-way call Jennifer and then make it seem like she just handed off the phone to Jennifer, like they were in the same room.
Okay.
So así la tapaba.
O le ayudaba.
Yeah, pasó esto that she hauled ass into the emergency room.
Y la señora detrás de ella, ¿tú crees? Antes no le echaban lonche.
So Jennifer didn't come home, so they called Topaz super early in the morning the next day, like the crack of dawn. Y aquella contesta half asleep. And, they asked her where Jennifer is, and she's like, I don't know. And she was so groggy that she forgot to lie.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Yeah.
I didn't even mention it by this time, but Jennifer's 22 now. By this, when all this starts happening, Jennifer's 22. Aquella llega a su casa, and all hell breaks loose. Her dad was pissed. He confronted her, and Jennifer spilled the beans. Well, she spilled some. She told him that she didn't volunteer.
Los frijoles de la olla.
No todos.
No todos.
She told him that she didn't volunteer at the kids' hospital, and she never went or graduated from U of T, and that she had been staying with Daniel.
Okay.
Who they assume she had stopped seeing fucking years ago, right? She didn't tell him that she never went to Ryerson and that she didn't graduate high school.
Dude, why didn't she go back to finish her degree?
Here, okay, they found you out. Why not just say everything?
I know.
You're already in trouble.
There.
You're already in trouble.
Mira, ¿y qué le van a hacer? She's a 22-year-old woman. ¿Qué le va a hacer su mamá y su papá? ¿Qué le van a hacer? Like, honestly, let's be real. Like, what are you going to do? You can't do nothing. You just be like, okay, well, what can we do? They're going to be upset at you.
They're already upset at you.
They're already. Might as well. Because come clean.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Everybody thinks differently, I guess.
Yeah, her mom cried. Her dad, pissed off, understandably. Her dad actually told her to get out and never to come back. Le dijo, but to mom, she was crying. She's like, no. So he convinced her to let her stay. And
she had somewhere to go. She could have go live with Daniel.
She already was.
I mean, might as well. Shit. O con Topaz. Fucking shit.
So she was only allowed, she was pretty much essentially grounded. Okay? She was only allowed to use her cell phone and laptop in their presence. And after she was done, they took it away from her.
Hermana, tiene 22 años.
But she acts like she's a kid.
Pero pues es que está cabrón, güey. Oh.
So they would also go through her messages randomly, like a surprise drug test, but on her phone. So she had to quit all her jobs, except for teaching piano, and they checked the miles on the car to make sure that it matched to where she was going.
Damn.
Yeah. And again, for reals, they told her that she needed to stop seeing Daniel. You want to know what she did?
She did not stop seeing Daniel?
Bitch, I'm going to tell you. You are correct. She did not stop seeing Daniel. I mean, she was in love with him. They were in love with each other.
Yes.
And they were committed. They have been dating for years.
Well, since they were in high school.
Yeah.
And she's 22 now.
Yeah. So her parents were upset, but they just wanted her to get back on track,
No, and I get it. I understand why they did it. They probably thought that Daniel was a distraction, which he was, because she started going to shit after she started dating him.
Yeah.
I mean, pero...
And they didn't want to lose her, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So her mom became her cheap, pretty much. Her mom was pretty much always by her side, like a babysitter. But her mom, she had empathy towards her. Like she understood where she was coming from. So mom le dijo where her dad would keep her cell phone. A Jennifer.
¿Qué le dijo?
Donde her dad was hiding her phone.
Para que hablara con Daniel.
So she would sneak to check her messages.
Porque ¿sabes por qué? Porque las mamás somos unas alcahuetas.
She managed to see Daniel in between her piano lessons. So todavía lo miraba. She was...
Pues es que no puede vivir sin él. He saved her life.
Yeah. They actually told her that she could get her certification to teach piano, which actually took years in preparation. So she worked towards that. And she really did. I think she said that was her dream, to be a piano teacher. But before, her dad told her...
She was trying to make her dad happy.
No, that's really what she wanted, because even before she was applying for universities, she applied to Queen's University, I believe, and they had a really good music program. They called her back for an audition. And her dad told her that she could apply, but that was not where she was going to go. Yeah. So she said that she didn't even try for the audition.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that hard to be a piano teacher.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
No. This was for her to study music. She wanted to study music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So one day she snuck off to see Daniel, right?
So se sale a ver al Daniel.
Yeah. And things, Daniel was como que ya. He was like, I'm kind of getting fed up. So...
Because he couldn't have his actual girlfriend. Yeah, I understand where he's coming from también, you know?
Yeah, so things have started to go downhill for them a little bit on Daniel's side. They weren't able to be in contact or see each other, and Daniel was getting tired of it. She did the old school, like putting pillows under the covers, so it seems like somebody's there. Y se salió. So a friend picked her up. He took her to go see Daniel. Her mom ended up catching her.
Madres.
But the next morning, la cachó early the next morning, y Jennifer le dijo, oh, I just left right now, or we met up for coffee super early. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. Big told Han what happened. And they were like, we need to find a way to really straighten her out. So they told her they were going to ship her off with another relative to a different province. Because, we have states here, but in Canada, they have provinces. So that's what they're considered.
I'm going to go one day to a province.
You should. It's fantastic.
I'm going to go.
It's awesome.
It'd be fantastic.
But como que las cantaron, right? She was like, I can't move. I'm not going to see Daniel. So, she managed to convince him to let her stay home. And she was even more grounded, I guess, than before. She would tell her friends, her piano friends and stuff like that, and even one of her instructors, that how miserable she was at home. They would tell her to just move out. Like, you're old enough, move out. We'll help you find an apartment. You can do it. If I find you get a job. She's like, no, I can't leave my family. No, it would shame my whole family in that community if I left.
So you rather lied to them?
And even Daniel offered her, you're like, dude, come live with me. I'll take you in. And she was like, no.
So she had the opportunity. She had the opportunity.
And Daniel was like, okay, then I can't do this anymore. We're breaking up.
No puede ser.
Sí.
No mames. No. Es que she saved her life. He saved her life.
Yeah. She was heartbroken. She was devastated.
Obviously, everything that she's done till this time is because of Daniel. Of course she's heartbroken. Shit. I'm heartbroken and I'm not even with Daniel. Fuck.
So, and then, girl, she got the shock of her life.
¿Qué?
When she finds out that Daniel's dating somebody else.
No, mana, no puede ser esto.
Muriendo?
No, sí, yo me muero. Yeah. No, entonces el Daniel pues dijo, ya, pues...
He tried.
No, es que sí. He tried, honestly.
Yeah.
He tried. Porque le dijo que se fuera con él. Le dijo
a su familia.
No, y además de eso, andaban escondidos como si eran niños chiquitos and stuff. I mean, yeah.
This is where she really started to, I want to say,
lose it
if she hadn't already.
Y luego?
So, trigger warning, she tries to commit suicide.
Wow. All because of Daniel.
She ends up taking some pills and she drinks vodka, but she actually ends up throwing them up. She starts talking to other guys también. They never really went anywhere because she was still dedicated to Daniel, she was in love with him. But she was definitely flirting and talking to them on the phone and,
trying to move on.
Yeah.
Trying to move on. Yeah, definitely.
Trying to.
She
wasn't sleeping. There was this guy that he said that he would message her at 3-5 in the morning, and she was like, yeah, I'm awake. Oh, I'm gonna sleep. So,
wow.
Which when you don't sleep, you really start to
Yeah, definitely.
You're not functioning properly.
Non-functioning, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And she actually tries suicide again, but this time she cuts her veins.
Oh, wow.
But she stopped before she went too deep, and she said that she realized that she stopped because she didn't want to die.
No, and as you should. That is so crazy.
So she's kind of still texting Aquel here and there, even though they're broken up, because they're friends, right?
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel. But she actually makes up a lie to keep Daniel kind of like in her life. Mm-hmm. And she tells him that she was gang raped in her house by 5 men.
Wow.
And that it was his girlfriend's friends that sent those guys.
She knew it for a fact.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Which wasn't true, by the way.
No, of course.
And then she had supposedly be getting text messages, like threatened text messages. And Daniel, too, was getting them. And the ones that Daniel would get were like, we know who she is. Why are you even talking to her? She's gonna pay. And Jennifer, they see at Daniel that she was getting these text messages too, right? Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah, tell them that, I've been getting these text messages. They're threatening me. That's what she wants. It's the girlfriend, según. He was scared for her, right? Because estaban llegando estos messages, which was Jennifer. Jennifer was texting him these messages from a different phone or whatever. By this time, when he broke up with her, they had been together 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. He cared about her, right? And según they gang raped her, he gave her a phone, like a prepaid phone, to be able to keep in contact with her, because sometimes ella no tiene el teléfono de ella or she couldn't answer.
Pues se lo quitaban sus papás.
Yeah. Le dio un phone so he was able to get in contact with her to make sure that she was okay. So they were texting regularly again. And things soon got flirty.
Otra vez.
They started hanging out again, yeah. Now, we're going to jump real quick back to when Jennifer was talking to these guys. Mm-hmm. And she actually ended up reconnecting with an old friend that she knew from elementary school. And his name is Andrew Montemayor. Mm-hmm. He told her stories about how he was robbing people. He was like a bad boy now.
Like a gangster.
Según.
Mm-hmm.
And he was robbing people at gunpoint and shit. He was bragging about it to Jennifer.
Wow.
And in return, ella se sintió confiada y le dijo the troubles, a su conveniencia, the troubles that she was having at home with her parents and her dad.
Sí.
Y le dijo that he had previously had problems with his dad too, and that he thought about killing his dad. Mm. Yeah. And cuando Andrew le dijo eso, this stayed in Jennifer's mind. How killing her dad would solve all her problems. So she could finally be with Daniel.
So she thought that if she killed her dad, she was going to be with Daniel.
Yeah, and she would inherit money, and she would be able to start over, and her and Daniel would live happily ever after.
Instead of just moving away from your parents.
Yeah.
And just
telling them the truth.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
On August 16th, 2010, over the phone, mm-hmm. Jennifer told Daniel about a plan she had thought about. She'd hire hitmen who would break into her family's home, tie her up, pretend to rob the place, and then it would be like a robbery gone wrong, mm-hmm. and then they would shoot her parents. And Jennifer would remain unharmed. That was lo que le dijo a Daniel. So Jennifer had pretty much made up her mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had thought about all this scenario. Mm. Daniel, when his little drug days that he had.
Oh, pues también era gangster, pues.
Yeah, so he knew people, right?
He knew a few people.
I guess he was like, okay, I'll help you. Like, if somebody were to tell you that, bitch, I'd be like, miss me with that bullshit.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm like, no, you go do that by yourself.
I'm going to tell my mom. I'm going to go tell my parents what you just said.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm singing like a little fucking bird because no. Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. I'll be like, nope. I'm about to tell somebody, and I'll go to the whatchamacallit, to the fire department. Yeah.
So since Daniel knew people, he put Jennifer in contact with someone that he knew. It wasn't like a friend or anything, more like an acquaintance. Mm-hmm. A guy named Leonard Crawford, aka Homeboy.
Oh, that's a good name. That's a good name.
That's a good AKA.
No. That's a very good ¿cómo se llama? Alias. Yeah. Nobody's ever gonna figure that one out. Yeah.
Now, Homeboy told her that since she was a friend of Daniel's, que nomás iba a cobrar $10,000 for the hit. Not the full 20, so le iba a dar 50%.
Ándale. Mm-hmm.
Now, homeboy was the middleman, and he was like a broker. He was going to find the men that were going to carry out the hit. And this is where Eric Carty and David, I'm so sorry, I'm going to butcher this name, Milvagnaman, that's when they enter the story, right? Now, everything was set for November 3rd. But Daniel drops a bomb on Jennifer on the 2nd, the day before, telling her that he had actual really strong feelings for his current girlfriend. And he did it over text messages. So we're going to read these text messages out. So you'll be Jennifer and I'll be Daniel. Okay? So let me start off first. Hold on. Okay, I'm Daniel. I'm really down right now, Jen.
What's wrong?
I'm talking to you as a friend because I have no one else I can talk to like this. I feel the way you feel, but about her, I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Can you please clarify for me, because I think I'm misunderstanding. What do you mean when you say that you feel for her the way I feel about who? What are you sorry for? Hello? This delay isn't making me feel very good. Can you please answer me? Do you feel for her what I feel for her? Or do you feel for her what I feel for you? Which is, why would you be sorry? I'm trying to clarify. The suspense is making me all clammy hands and heart racing. Please hurry to answer me.
I don't know how to say this.
So you feel for her what I feel for you, then call it off with homeboy.
What do you mean? I thought you said you wanted this for you.
I do, but if I have nowhere to go.
Call it off with homeboy? You say you wanted this with or without me.
I want it for me, but what are you trying to say? You want to be with Katrina. Excuse me. I am in a very dark place right now. Please just tell me everything so I can deal with what I need to. Do you love me and want to be with me? Sorry, totally lost it there. This is about you. Please go on. Ignore what I said. I'm trying to be a better person. Sorry, that was a slip of habit. I didn't mean that. So sorry. Please forgive me. Please go on. She is one of your closest friends. And then?
It's not even about her. It's just that I don't have to hide anything and worry about her feelings like I had to do with you. I was always walking on eggshells with you.
Just be straight with me then. What is it then?
I don't know. Please don't force me. You know I love you. Sniff. That's literally what it says here.
Sniff. I'm just trying to help you here. I'm not forcing you. I think I can help you. I won't be second choice again. I'm sorry.
It's not even about that. So apparently there's like a break. After this, the text messages stop for an hour and a half, and then they pick back up.
So I have thought about this all day. Read and reread everything. You know you want to be with her, so go. And at the end of the day, it's not my choice and it's not your parents'. If she can make you happy, then I have no other choice but to find a way to let you go. You say nothing but praise for her and only things that make you feel like you need hold onto me like walking on eggshells. So as a friend, you sound like you have made up your mind. As this pains me to say goodbye, my love. May God watch over you wherever life takes you. I won't be getting in your way anymore. And please tell these people to leave alone. Let me rest in peace.
Huh?
Sorry. Other message was intended for you. I leave you alone. Sorry for not making you happy and making you walk on eggshells.
Huh? Please don't be like that. The end.
The end.
So look at it. And this was the day before the hit was supposed to take place. So
basically, to recap, she says,
Go on,
be with her. Don't be with me. I'm sorry that I made you walk on eggshells.
Like you see how she was kind of like trying to make him feel sorry for her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She was definitely trying to make him feel sorry for her. But the thing is, like, at the same time, you know,
they just don't know what they want.
The thing is, I don't think that he never said, you know, I'm gonna be with you, so kill your parents.
That was all in her mind.
Yeah, that's what he's saying right here. Yeah. He's like, he told her, it's about you. It has nothing to do with me.
You say you wanted this with or without me.
With or without me, yeah.
She didn't want it just for her. This was supposed to be their chance to finally be together, according to her. So in her mind, her parents being out of the way was going to bring her and Daniel back together fully, you know? Soon after these texts, you know, they were back in contact again and they started getting all flirty and baby talk. And this reignited in her mind. They're like, okay, he still wants to be with me. He's still texting me. But she would like make it happen. You know, she'd make sure that he would text her and worry about her, you know, because she was... Yeah. Everything was now set for November 8th. And this is where we're going to leave part 1.
Part 1. This is our first 2-parter.
And we're going to continue part 2 next week.
Next week, yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to follow us again on Instagram.
At Cafecito and Crime Pod. And send us an email at cafecitoandcrimepod@gmail.com.
Yeah, so let us know how we did. Please comment on the actual post. Please let us know what you think. We want to know what we're doing wrong or what we're doing right.
Or what we can do,
to improve. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're kind of like Jennifer Pam a little bit.
Oh,
I know that didn't sound very good.
But yeah, part 2 is going to be insane. It's going to be about what actually happens in that home on November 8th, the trial. And it was a really sad quote from her dad.
Yeah.
That when I read it, I wanted to cry.
So we really appreciate everybody for being here once again and listening to us. Like I said, just let us know how we did, and if you like it, you can also rate the podcast on.
Yeah, give us a review.
Yeah, you can give us a review, and that's it.
Thank you. Bye.
Adios.